right now.
Sure.
So he's working on a podcast currently. So we're going to get you guys set up in the conference room over here. That works perfect.
So we got a full gang here.
Yeah. All right.
David Bahnsen.
David Reese.
Nice to meet you.
Where am I sitting over here?
Over there.
Yep. Right
Yep.
next to your book.
Oh, okay. That's a little bit.
Yeah, if you wanted to talk a little bit about the workspace conference.
Yeah. So the conference is basically set up for a couple different purposes. One is on a back end, I want Christians to come to this thing with the mindset of finding new jobs, hiring people, doing business together. I want people to come to this conference and feel good about their work, whether they decide to look for another job, start their own business, take a risk on something else, or just say, you know what, I have a good job and I'm taking dominion in my little sphere of the world.
No.
What do you want to tell them that you're like, if I have 45 minutes to hopefully empower men, particularly men, we're not ruling out women, but what do you want to say to this room of people about work and the dignity they should be finding into it that's specific towards keeping a job, looking for a new job, making decisions?
What I want to say to them is that if they've had any theological teaching about work at all, which very likely they have not, it has often been limited to the transactional or instrumental benefits of work. Work matters because you are a provider, and work gives you an avenue for providing for your family. And I believe they are meant to be providers, and I think work does enable you to provide, but I do not agree that that is why work matters. That is an extra, shall we say, supplementary benefit to work. The fact that out of the fruits of our labor we can tithe, the fact that out of the fruits of our labor we can feed our children, the fact that out of the fruits of our labor we can establish some form of reputation and status that might make us more evangelistically fruitful. All of those things matter, and all of them are transactional benefits to work that are not at the core of why work matters. So getting to the why, this is just sort of the way my late father trained me to think philosophically. Why does the work matter if it is not merely those three examples of instrumentation? Because God made us with dignity as an image bearer of Him. And what that meant was that we work, produce, create, innovate. This is also a very important economic concept. I do not believe that we're supposed to live in a society where 50% of the people produce so that the other 50% can consume. I think that the amount of people that God made in His image, bearing His image and likeness, is 100%. 100% of people were made with the dignity that is to come from being a producer, from working. Now, because I also believe that God made people individually and that our dignity is a byproduct of our individual, unique, created spirit, that we do not get our meaning in life from being part of a collective. I think this is a very important distinction in Christian theology. We have a unique specialization in what we can do in our work. Some are very creative, some are very technological, some are very physical, manual labor gifted. There are all sorts of different skills, gifts, interests, and whatnot that will form and shape the human person, especially in a very complex economy. I always say there's 330 million people in America, but there's over 7 billion in the world. I mean, there is a lot of opportunity. So I happen to be in a white-collar profession where there is a focus on finance, capital markets, and I work in the physical convenience of a white-collar job, but a job that is also rather stressful in terms of the business anxiety and also just the requirement on your mental faculties. There are others that they may not have to do a whole lot of thinking and problem solving, but it's physically strenuous. There are others that it's entirely artistic. And this is the part of the population that fascinates me the most because I don't have a creative bone in my body. but that they're out trying to do art, whether it's visual arts, performing arts, theatrical arts, etc. And so what I want people to understand is that in whatever walk of life they are, wherever their skill set is, wherever their hopes and dreams are, God made in the Garden of Eden a venue for us to go explore and to go serve. And that's what work is. And then sin tainted things, and the message of the gospel is that God restores and redeems these things to himself. And that includes our work. So join me in Fort Worth, Texas, June 28th and 29th, the first ever Workspace Conference. See you there.